All right, it is divisional round time. The 11-6 Panthers going to MetLife Stadium to face the 12-5 number 2 seed New York Giants to see who is going to go play in the NFC Championship to eat against the either 49ers or Vikings, who are facing off before us. No, actually after us. We're Saturday game, they're Sunday game. Vikings 49ers got there by being the number 1 seed. The Vikings got there by beating the Lions, the 4th seed. And Giants beat the Bears. Over on the AFC side, you have four really good teams. We beat the Ravens. Bengals beat us, and we haven't played. We didn't play any of the other two. But we've been on a win streak since the bye week. I haven't made very many changes. They did have a players meeting, players only meeting. Bryce led it, and he came away with +5, and so did the wide receivers, and they went on a tear. And then when we faced the Bucks, all that juice wore off, and that last game of the season in Tampa was going to dictate who won the division, and apparently who was out of the playoffs because the Bucks became the ninth seed by losing. First time we beat the Bucks since I've been assistant GM. Um, I have tweaked the before the Rams game last week. I did tweak the playbook a little bit more, just suggesting certain plays to call more often and kind of planting a seed that there should be ones that they don't call nearly as often. And Bryce just tore it up. Had 6 touchdowns. Leggett had four of those. They played really well. We're still out. Our we'll I guess we'll talk about that during the depth chart here, injury report. Hubbard's on IR. I can't take him out. He just got injured. He wasn't going to play for me anyways, and actually we've been running the ball better without him. I don't understand why he struggled, much like I wasn't understanding why Bryce was struggling for the first part of the season, most of the season. Scorton and Uman Mielen are out. Should we continue? Uman Mielen should be back in time for the next game, and then Scorton would be back in time for the Super Bowl. Should we make it, which would be nice, but we've had some good backups. We still can get some pressure. Giants don't really have much of anyone out other than their second string running back, Cam Scatabo. We'll check out their depth chart. I'm assuming they've been successful mostly because they've been injury free. Jackson Dart starting for them. We beat them in the playoffs last year in the wild card round in Carolina. Brian Burns did get an interception, but they had Russell Wilson at the time, and Jackson Dart is on his way up. Tyrone Tracy Jr. is a running back. Wide receivers are Neighbors and Robinson and Slayton and Jalen Hyatt. So I think they have a pretty good first four. I think they're better than ours, at least on paper. All tight ends that are targeted seem to kind of pick us apart little by little. And then their offensive line is pretty good. So when we faced the Rams, their tackles were their weakness, and I think we exploited that in the first quarter. Got some sacks in, and it kind of died off towards the end. But as you can see here, they have a pretty good offensive line. Um, the front three and their 3-4, all they really have is Dexter Lawrence, who's a big part of that. 6'4", 342 nose tackle, who's just a wrecker. Then you have Brian Burns coming on the edge, and Abdul Carter and Kayvon Thibodeau on the other edge, on the other side. Middle linebacker is actually not that bad. So they're going to be a challenge. Cornerbacks aren't that great, at least on paper. Safeties are good. Kicker has kick power, and the punter has a nice mullet. So I think it's going to be a tough game, especially if they've been playing well all year. But if we continue how we've been going, especially how we played against the Rams, I think a lot of teams should be scared of us right now. Um, we are going to struggle. I'm assuming with blocking their edge rushers, Brian Burns and Abdul Carter, who I think had like 19 and 17 sacks. You can see Brian Burns there in the top right, 19 sacks. So it's gonna be a struggle. Who else do they have? Anyone else that's popping up on at least on this list? But here's the good news. Although we're in the playoffs, by us trading out of the first round last year in the last draft, we now hold the number 4 overall pick along with Steelers' second round pick, which I'm guessing should be number 4, which would be like pick number 36. We do have players coming up for contract that in the offseason I may be looking to trade, see if any offers come in, and might be getting more capital too because of it. Someone like Chuba who is not working out for me, but maybe can work out somewhere else. Um, there's a couple of guys. Merrig, wouldn't mind, offloading that salary cap. He has one more year on his contract, and see if someone wants to give me something for him. Then you have Damian Lewis, who is now not starting anymore. He's a first backup guard, but I wouldn't mind, creating some cap space because I'm not going to re-sign any of those guys. Um, I personally, Merrick would probably be the closest one. There's also Bobby Brown, the third. Uh, I'm looking to kind of fill with younger guys, cheaper guys, and Merrick would probably be the closest one because he's vastly overpaid. But he hasn't played that well. I don't think he would actually has played better than what I could get in the mid round of the draft. To be honest, he hasn't really sucked, but he just hasn't played. He's not playing up to his salary. Anyhow, look, what I'm saying is things are looking good because even though, let's just say we made the playoffs, we had a winning season, division champs two seasons in a row, and we have draft capital going into next year and can replace players who are up for contract that I do not want to resign. I'm not opposing to resign players. Just like I said, Merrick might be the one that I might want to keep and see what he's asking for. But at that point, maybe I'll do that. Maybe I won't trade him in the off season. Maybe I'll wait a couple weeks and see what he does, see who I get, go for there. But I might be looking at trading some players like Damian Lewis and Chuba Hubbard, who might get me players instead of draft capital, might give me established players. So, gonna be keep building this team so we're perennial contenders. All right, I'll shut the hell up. Just make sure we did everything here. Oh, weekly awards. Bryce, 337 yards passing, 6 touchdowns, and a rushing touchdown to boot. That right there is an amazing performance. He's making it really hard for me to. He can't fix it. We're already drafting a quarterback, so whether that quarterback's his backup, I don't know. We'll see. Let's get started. We're gonna go all white in New Jersey. Is this the between them and the Jets? Are they the one team that call themselves actually don't play in the state that they call themselves in? I don't know. New York's kind of embarrassing. Don't even play in your own state. Buffalo's more a New York team.
Football brings you the divisional round of the NFL playoffs, and it's brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Panthers and the Giants coming up next.
The unmistakable New York skyline to the east, and we are across the river on the Jersey side at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford. Tonight, the second of our 2 divisional games on this Saturday. It's the Carolina Panthers and the New York Giants. So glad you have joined us. It's a divisional round matchup here in the playoffs. Mike Tirico, along with Greg Olson, partner, both these teams feeling the momentum, feeling good. They won last week on Wild Card Weekend. They're starting to look forward in Dream Super Bowl. One of these teams gets to the conference championship game. What are you looking for in a game like this?
Yeah, and you're exactly right, Mike. Both these teams we saw just a week ago play really well in their wild card matchups. So now they find themselves one game away from the conference championship. And it really comes down to, at this stage of the game, Mike, it's not who's practicing the best. Those reps have been really cut down. Right now, it's about getting your legs back and understanding who are we as a team, who is our opponent as a team, and who is going to play the best. Well, in a couple minutes, this thing's going to be kicked off, and we're going to find out.
I never like to interrupt Greg, but damn it, Greg, you talk too much.
We think we have quite a battle in store. The winner onto the NFC title game.
Kind of like me.
We go here in the
I
divisional
talk too much
round.
too.
And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line.
If we do get a pass rush,
The Giants
watch for number
offense
6.
making their way
He's
out
a
for the
rookie,
first time.
Kennard
He'll be led
Snyder.
out by the young man in his second season in the NFL.
You have to figure, Mike, this is a confident quarterback coming into this one. He played such a large role, not only helping them win the division, but then he followed it up last week with a big wild card victory. Now, 1 week away from a championship game in front of their home crowd, everything is falling into place. And if they want to play next week, they're going to need another big game from their leader.
We'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. He'll get this out wide, and he'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the first down. He'll look to throw. Now a short one caught by the tight end, Johnson. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. Back to the air one more time. Now a screen set up for Tracy. They'll look to pick this up 3rd and a yard. On the handoff, here comes Tracy. And he's not going to get the first down. Met and brought down in the backfield on 3rd and short. They do not get it done.
The idea here for this offense is you're not really thinking necessarily touchdown. You're thinking first down. Let's get a fresh set of downs here and reset. But in this case, they suffer a loss, and it brings up 4th down.
Here it is on 4th down. And
Not
he's
today.
Not going to get there. Coming up a couple of yards short. This is going to be a
We'll take it.
turnover on down.
So the offense found themselves in a little bit of no man's land. They were too far for a field goal attempt, but too close to attempt a punt. So they decided to be aggressive early and go for it on 4th down. But it was the defense that turned them away with a huge stop to start this game.
The Panthers now ready to get to work on offense for the first time. And they're led by Bryce Young, the #1 overall pick, Greg, out of Alabama back in 2023.
Winning in the wild card round, certainly an accomplishment that this team should be proud of. But Mike, if he wants to take his team to the championship round next week, he's going to have to lead by example and play a mistake-free game against a team known for capitalizing on their opponent's mistakes. Yes, you have to be aggressive. You have to be willing to take some risks. But those risks have to be calculated, because if you get reckless against this group, you're going to be flying home. You're going to be getting ready for the offseason.
They'll run a draw now with Taylor. Not much there, maybe a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They'll go again here with Taylor. And he will get forward for about 5 yards. That sets up 3rd down. Out of the shotgun, Young. And that is incomplete.
I think he predetermined that 3rd down throw, and even though the coverage was tight, He still tried to fit the ball in there anyway, and it ended up falling incomplete. I think if he goes through his progressions and has a little bit more trust in his protection, I think there's an easier throw to make out there. So this offense, they think this is a prime opportunity to go for it through the air on 4th down. But this defense was having none of it. Nowhere for the quarterback to go with the ball, no easy completions, and this defense forces a huge stop on 4th down.
Slayton is the man in motion. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. Throw left side, but that's going to be incomplete.
Timing and trust, critical elements of this quick passing game. If your target and the quarterback are not on the same page, it winds up being an incompletion and a wasted down.
And the defense, good job sticking to their rules. They didn't take their eyes off the running back, who gains nothing. Here's a 3rd and 10. He'll drop to throw. Nowhere to go. He is taken down.
3 and out.
It's so easy to underestimate the speed of this quarterback until you get on the field. They break down your pursuit angle so quickly because of that speed, so give credit to the defense. They understand it's a collective effort to contain this guy, and this time, defense wins and brings him down for a sack.
The Panthers offense ready to take over as we check out the playoff race in the NFC. From the 35, it's 1st and 10. They'll start this on the ground. It's Taylor. He plunges forward for a couple of yards. That's Dexter Lawrence in for the tackle. Now, following the run, one of the offensive linemen leading the way is a bit shaken up. 2nd down and 8.
It's okay, we have a hidden dev rookie center as backup.
Now Young. That's complete to his running back, Taylor. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up 3rd down. From the gun, it's Young. And that is incomplete.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
Hunting time for the Panthers, set to kick this one away. And he looks up and he's taken down right away. Maybe fortunate just to hold on to the ball as he was tackled immediately after hauling that one in. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Right away, they'll set up to throw. Open man is Robinson.
Nice job here by the defense. Did a good job just covering up everything for the most part. So once this ball was caught, really didn't have much of a choice but to just head out of bounds and pick up a modest gain.
He'll look deep here for Neighbors. That one broken up. It's incomplete. All over him down the field. It'll set up 3rd down. They'll motion their tight end Johnson. Nowhere to go. He's going to be taken down.
Really nice start for this defense here early through the 1st quarter. 2 different players each recording a sack. Offensive line's going to have to get together on the sideline with their coach and identify where's the weakness in our protection, how can we get extra bodies and extra attention, because we still got a long way to go in this
one. The Giants sending out their punter as he'll have to hit it from his own end zone. And not much doing there. They made sure he would not get free. The Panthers offense makes their way back out to the field for their next possession. They'll search for the first points of this game as they begin the drive on 1st and 10. he'll get this just past the 45 as he's taken down. Here's a 2nd and 9. Now Young. He'll get that one to Taylor, complete. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down. Now, whistles here. Looks like one of the defenders got a head start.
Oh, no, 3rd and 1. My hope is just they keep, if it's going to be a defensive battle, just play the field position game.
They're going to need a yard. It is 3rd and 1. To throw, Young. He's got his tight end, that's Sanders. And he's going to have the first down taken down after a short pickup of 5, but it will keep the drive going. To throw is Young. Quick throw here is complete. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player.
I thought they were headed to the sideline.
As the medical staff looks him over, we'll step aside.
I mean, headed to the locker room.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10.
Rookie Wyckoff.
Here's Young.
Replacing him.
That's taken in. It's Xavier Legette.
It's pretty evident, Mike, when a quarterback and his wide receiver are operating on the exact same page. The anticipation, the timing, the accuracy of both the route and the ball. And when they're working together like this, that's the definition of teach tape.
And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage.
Robert Hunt
might have even lost a yard there. 3rd and a yard. The motion man is Sanders.
It's the same play.
They'll go play action with Young.
Nice.
That's to the right, caught by Sanders.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need.
Look at it, he's open.
Really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
Here they go with the fucking empty set,
1 quarter down in this NFC divisional round matchup. Nothing is the score. We're back to upstate New York.
I told Dave not to fucking call those. I should just remove them, but I'm scared it'll make us look like we did the first half of the season.
On play action, Young.
Damn it. Damn it!
Zone. It's intercepted.
All you have to do is run the ball, man.
So much of that play comes down to the defender's position. Being able to get himself to a spot, to get his hands on the ball, and a chance at that pick. Mike, when that ball was thrown, me and you are sitting here saying, that's a touchdown. And
he just
instead,
can't help himself but call the plays that I told him not to really do.
The Giants offense ready to see what they can do with this next possession. They'll start out 1st down and 10.
We should be up by 10 right now.
A carry here for Tracy. And he'll get 4 here up to the 24-yard line. Here's a 2nd and 6. Now they'll set up to throw. Now he'll run it. And he's going to slide to a stop and avoid the contact. But since he started there, he's still shy of the 1st down. On 3rd down, they'll run with Tracy. And he didn't need much. I don't think he got there. It's going to depend on the spot. Looks like he is
Stole that
short
guy off
on
a
that
practice
one.
squad.
That's just a great job defensively, Mike. Here's a chance they have to get off the field. They sell out for the run. They know it's coming, and they're able to force a 4th down.
Here's Jamie Gillen on now, as he's on to punt for the Giants.
All right, you got some space here, man.
This one, fielded out beyond the 25. Here's the Carolina offense now as they head out to take over for their next possession. They'll begin with 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Here's Young. And they'll have it across midfield down at the opposing 46-yard line.
This is clinic tape for any young wide receiver out there watching this guy run routes. He has the defender thinking everything is a go ball. Attack him vertically, and then when you get to your route depth, you stick that foot in the ground, you break in, balls on time.
Watch out if they start catching all these balls, man.
That pickup, good
That's
for
all we've been
29
waiting
yards.
for them to not drop balls.
Mike, you've heard me say it 1,000 times. The easiest down to throw the ball in the NFL is 1st down. I hate when teams wait till later in the possession to throw the ball. So early 1st down completion, you're on the plus side of the field. Now you're thinking strike, touchdown, field goal. But either way, I'm coming away with points.
Now a toss, running left, it's Taylor.
Oh, shit. There we go.
And he will
But there's another
score.
play. I don't like toss plays, but that one
Touchdown,
worked. And
Carolina.
I have that rare call right there.
Of a top
He
tier
can't help
back in the
himself.
NFL, Mike,
But
we
on
all
this
talk
one, he
about
knew
size,
better.
speed, the ability to keep your feet, the ability to have balance at contact. But the part we don't talk enough about is patience, understanding the blocking scheme, the timing, when to hit the hole, as much as what hole to hit. And I think you get a great example of what that looks like when it all comes together. He takes advantage of the scheme, and next thing you know, he hits his head on the goalpost.
Makes the score Panthers 7, Giants nothing.
$7-0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. This taken in at the 8-yard line. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Giants offense ready to come back out for this next possession. They'll be hoping to match that touchdown from a moment ago. 7-0 our score as this drive begins with a 1st down. Nice job finding the seam. Gain of about 9. Just a yard short of that 1st down. A good spot here. 2nd and a yard. They'll run again. It's Tracy again. And he'll work his way for about 4 yards. And that's good enough for a 1st down.
That's good for a Giants 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 40.
On the ground, it's right back to Tracy. And nothing cooking on that one. He'll be met and tackled behind the line of scrimmage.
Every team makes an emphasis on winning 1st down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, 2nd and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
A throw on the move is caught. And that's a good gain there. It's going to wind up just a couple of yards shy of that 1st down. They'll run with Tracy. And he will have a Giants 1st down by a couple of yards. Give him 4 yards. It was 3rd and 2 as they convert.
1st down. 1st and 10.
They'll motion their tight end Johnson. Short pass taken in by the tight end. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest, and that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
That's his 3rd catch of this 1st half, and good enough for a 1st down.
Nice job there, getting the ball to your slot receiver and then letting him get to work. It's a nice feeling as a quarterback when you can just have a short throw still result in a big game.
That's caught over the middle by Johnson. He's going to be marked down at the 12-yard line. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Here's Cam Akers for the first time. And he'll get forward for a couple. It's 2nd down.
Come on, we need an interception here.
At the Panthers 10-yard line.
Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw.
Interception. Come on, man.
It's to the end zone, but they can't connect. It's incomplete. J.C. Horn that time with the good coverage, and he knocks it away. On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. To the end zone there, but it is incomplete.
You can just see the reaction on the sideline. This defense thought they had themselves a critical stop. The mantra down here for all defensive coordinators, Mike, is takeaways, field goals. That's what you're trying to do, and man, they were this close to coming away with a huge takeaway. It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone, and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through, and they get 3.
Now return coming from the 7. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. The Panthers offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. The lead sits at 4. So we'll try to add on to that. This drive begins with 1st and 10. On 1st down, they'll start with Taylor. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Throwing is Young. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down. They'll come up to 3rd and 3. Here's Young to throw. And this is going to be
Damn it.
incomplete.
See,
That is
that's the
great
stuff we don't
work
like to
there,
see right there.
Making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down. Here's the punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Fair catch called and made right there at the 25-yard line. The Giants offense starting to trot out for this next possession. They trail by 4. A touchdown gives them the lead. Drive begins with 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He's going to keep it himself. And he's going to be out of bounds, and that will take us to the 2-minute warning. First and 10. They'll look to throw. A throw over the middle, and they can't connect. It's incomplete. Malik Neighbors, the intended receiver. It's 2nd down. Back to throw. Pass pulled in by Tracy. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5. Here now, 3rd and 5. He'll look to throw. Open man, that's Slayton. And he'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line.
3rd downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on 3rd downs, that is a recipe for success.
A dive and a catch. Incredible. And the Giants here will use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop at 45 seconds to go until halftime. Down at the 12. It's 1st and 10. In the red zone now, he'll drop to throw. He'll get this one to his safety valve. Complete.
Great example of first down efficiency. You don't always have to go for the big play, but put yourself in a friendly 2nd down. Now you have equal opportunity to both run and pass.
Back to the air one more time. And he can't get away. Down he goes, back at the 16. Now a timeout. Giants, that is their 2nd. It'll come with 36 ticks left on the first half clock. A toss, left side, caught by his running back. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. Halftime is looming, so the athletic training staff going to get a chance to look him over during the break. The Giants field goal unit out on the field. Officially, a 29-yard attempt. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Giants are back within 1. It's 7-6.
And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. The Panthers offense and their running back set to go once more. Their lead is just a point as they begin it on this drive with 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Young. He fumbled the football. And fortunately, a Panther was right there to get on it. So no turnover. They retain possession. He'll check this one down to Taylor. So we've reached halftime here in the NFC Divisional Round matchup as we get you down to Florida. Orlando specifically. It's where the coach is. Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Mike, thanks very much. One of these two teams is going to move on to the conference championship. We'll get it back to you two in just a moment. But first, let's take a look ahead to tomorrow's other divisional round game in the NFC. And it looks like we've got a good one in store, as it'll be the Minnesota Vikings matching up against the San Francisco 49ers. Meanwhile, in our game, we're set up for a terrific second half. So to find out who will advance to the NFC title game, let's send it back out to Mike and Greg. This one's been all you could hope for as an NFL fan. Just a one-point game here at halftime. This has been as much fun as you could hope for, with both these teams in it to win it.
We are set for the second half kickoff. One of these teams ready to book a date in the NFC Championship game next week. And we are back at it with the third quarter. The visitors' offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. Now, faking the give. Off-balance throw. It's complete. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. Here's 2nd and 6. The motion man is Sanders. On 2nd down, here's a run with Taylor. Only a couple on that one. It'll set up 3rd down. Contact up front. Did they get one of the defenders to jump?
That doesn't hurt. Let's keep it going.
Automatic 1st down.
Keep matriculating the ball down the field.
On the handoff, it's Taylor. And a strong 1st down run, a pickup of 9, setting up 2nd and short.
I wouldn't mind if they took a shot here.
They go right back to Taylor.
There we go. Look at that. There we go. Ooh.
And they'll move this one down
That's exactly what I
inside
want
the
to see.
40-yard line.
pretty much just more of the same from what we saw with this back in the first half, and he doesn't need much. He gets a little bit of space, and then he can create the rest. It's the combination of patience, vision, and then the burst to hit the hole once he sees it. This guy's been a handful all day.
And just a short pickup there to the 35.
Still first down.
So a lot of options on the table now. It's 1st and 5. On play action, he'll set up to throw. Oh, a lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. They'll work the middle here with Taylor. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
This is where you have to be careful, Mike. You find yourself winning in the second half. Human instinct says, all right, let's just sit on the ball and protect the lead and let the clock run out. You can't do that. Stay aggressive. Do what got you here. Continue to mix the run with the pass. Keep your foot on the gas and try to extend this lead.
The pass intended for Xavier Legette. And it'll bring up 2nd down. Now Young. It's complete to Evans. And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on 3rd down. The motion man is Sanders. They'll try and run for this. It's Taylor. And the Panthers are going to have 1st and goal coming up. They're able to convert on 3rd and 2.
Nothing real fancy about this call here, Mike, right? In this 3rd and short, just get
Here
the
we
ball
go
running
again.
back, make sure he has enough space to pick up the 1st down,
I don't
and
know
they're able to
why.
convert.
Okay, it worked. It worked this time.
Take it in. Touchdown, Panthers.
So when you find yourself this tight to the goal line, Mike, the offense becomes a lot more restricted in as far as how deep you can throw the ball. The field is wider than it is long, and I think the idea here is let's spread them out. Let's put all of our eligibles out there and let the quarterback get a really good picture. Where are the holes in the coverage? Where are the one-on-one matchups that I like? And let's put this ball in the quarterback's hand. Let him make a good decision, and in this case, it results in a touchdown.
The extra point is up and through. And the Panthers will take a 14-6 lead. The kickoff team is out on the field. And we're back to it as the kick's away. Here comes a return from the 5. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. The Giants offense back onto the field for their next possession. And look, they've been out of sorts throughout, Greg. They haven't had any answer for this pass rush all game.
Yeah, and it's really showing up in the sacks and also just in their ability to prevent any yards, any completions. This has just been a dominant pass defense performance here, and everything starts with the rush. The quarterback's uncomfortable. The clock gets sped up. He's got guys in his face. It's a lot easier to play defensive back, and in some of these coverage units, when you know that ball's got to come out fast, and right now, they're teeing off and taking advantage of it.
Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. On the give, it's
There you
Tracy.
go, Derek.
And he's fighting to try to get back to the line of scrimmage, but will not do it. This is going to be a loss of a yard. Here's a 3rd down and 4.
Man, we need to get to the quarterback.
He'll drop to throw.
Nice.
And that is incomplete.
It's rare to see an offense that finds themselves trailing and say, well, their quarterback's been actually one of their biggest bright spots. Usually that doesn't go hand in hand, so it's a little surprising to see him miss a throw like that on a day where he's completed passes at a highly efficient rate.
Fair catch made here, and the drive will start at the 23-yard line. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. Give up the middle to Taylor. And a good job following his blockers. A gain of 7. It'll be 2nd down. To throw, Young. Over the middle, he's got
There
Leggett.
you go, XL.
And they'll whistle him down, but not before he picks up a first down after a gain of 7. Out of the shotgun, Young. Oh, and a short throw there, but it's going to end up incomplete. That's a pass you say he should have had. Instead, he does not, and it brings up second down. They'll run, and for the first time, it's Jonathan Brooks. A gain there of 16 yards. It's good for a Panther first down.
We've seen this trend throughout the league, Mike. Offensively, everyone wants to have depth at the running back position. Yeah, it's great to have one guy, but if you could have 2 or 3 that can all come in and contribute on the ground.
Look at him hit that
that's
hole,
the goal
man. Chuba
we're
was
seeing
never
here.
doing that. If I was starting this kid the whole season,
The 35-yard line.
he would have been rookie of the
Here's
year.
a guy, Mike, who just refuses to go down. You'd love to see the old school kind of stiff arm. Get off me. Ability to break these tackles and still pick up big yards.
Oh, I thought he had an opening
Not
for a
much
second.
happening there. Just a short gain.
Oh, look at the fucking dive. What a dive, man.
Young going to give it to
I
Brooks.
already saw that play.
He is met and dropped. A couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage, too.
How often do we see linebackers be so fast trying to track down the ball carrier that they end up actually overrunning the play and allowing the running back to cut back, but not this guy. He
Oh,
does a great
shit,
job.
dude.
Oh, that's
How the hell
one
did
thing
he
they
get
couldn't
off
have
him like
there,
that?
the sack that might take them out of field goal range.
Defense came out in a soft zone, and I think it caught the quarterback a little off guard. He was trying to attack them downfield. By the time he was able to get through his progression
he
to his
released
check
for the
down,
route, that's why.
he ran out
Should
of
have stayed
time,
with
and
him,
that's
man.
all the pass rush needed to get into the
He's a
backfield
rookie.
and bring him down.
On now is the punt team for the Panthers.
Don't fuck up.
And he's going to be hit and dropped right away. That's great coverage there. Winds up with nothing on the return. Here's the Giants offense. Now they get set to take over once more. The deficit is 8 as this drive begins with 1st and 10.
Uh-oh, who's that?
Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. So as they look at the injured player, we'll take a timeout. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. Now they'll set up to throw. This one is caught by Robinson. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down. Blitz coming. He'll throw it. He's got his man. Right side. It's complete. A pickup of 12 yards. That's good for a Giants first down.
You can see this connection is just starting really to pick up. They're seeing the game through the same set of eyes, and that is the job of the receiver. What is my quarterback expecting from me? Where does he want me? Be there on time, and it leads to big gains like this.
On the ground, here's Tracy. A short pickup to the 38. Throwing now from the gun. To the outside, complete to Johnson. And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield. 6 catches for him in the ball game now, and this one's good for a first down.
And if he's late with that throw, Mike, there's a really good chance a defender could have made a play on it. But he does a beautiful job. He puts the ball out in front of his shoulder, leads the receiver, and allows him to get upfield and pick up the first down.
Set to go now on first.
Buckle
and
down
10.
here. Tighten up.
Now
This'll
it's
help.
Tracy
This'll help.
looking to run. Can he get away? No, he's taken down behind the line. Good job by the defense with a negative play. So after the loss on first, here's 2nd and 14. On throw here, right side, falls incomplete.
He decides to go with this safe throw and throws it well short of the sticks. And at this level, Mike, you just can't miss layups like that.
Throwing now on 3rd and long.
Nice.
And that is
Nice play,
incomplete.
JC.
They're lucky to have avoided this mistake here, Mike. In the 4th quarter, with possessions running out, that would have been a critical back-breaking play in this game. And they're going to have second life now after that defender drops the ball. And
Don't let
let's
the
see
ball
if they can
bounce.
take
Don't
advantage
let
of it.
our guys bump into you. Oh, come on. Just
And he
call it
looks
fair
up and
catch.
he's taken down right away. Maybe fortunate just to hold on to the ball as he was tackled immediately after hauling that one in. He'll start this on the ground. It's Taylor. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more. He'll try again here. 2nd and 10. They'll go again here with Taylor. And he'll get them 5 yards closer, but now 3rd down coming up.
Just don't hit the center in the head with a pass.
Oh, now flags come in. Looks like movement up front. And 3rd down just became a lot tougher. So now after the penalty, a much tougher prospect to convert. It is 3rd and 9.
Nice.
He's got his tight end. That's
Ooh.
Sanders. And they will
Good
bring him
pass
down
blocking,
on
too.
the other side of midfield. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. As the athletic training staff looks at him, we'll step away for a moment. They'll run on 1st down with Taylor. And he'll plow forward for a gain of 4 yards. A run with Taylor. He's fighting to get back to the line of scrimmage, but can't get there. Dropped for the loss of a yard. This crowd into it now as we get to 3rd down. In motion comes the tight end, Evans. From the gun here on 3rd down,
Nice.
It's Young. He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a 1st down.
Run the
So this
ball
is a
now.
part of the game that everybody works on, Mike.
some
They call it
yards.
4-minute offense, and you don't necessarily
Take
have
time
to
off the
have
clock.
4 minutes on the clock. But the whole idea is we
Oh, man,
possess
you'd
the
have
ball
Coker
late
wide
in the
open,
4th
too.
quarter with the lead. The goal is we want to end the game with the ball. So that 3rd down conversion is going to
Just
go
run
a
it.
long
Please,
way.
just run it,
Protect
Dave.
the ball, continue to pick up 1st downs. If they do that, I don't even think their opponent sees the ball.
There you
again.
go. See? Nice.
And they
Now
will
we're
take
cooking.
him down at the 20-yard
Now we're
line.
looking better.
Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. Athletic training staff looking at him, so we'll step aside.
God damn it, Madden Dave.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Now Young. He's got it at the 7. And the Panthers are going to have a 1st and goal coming up. They try to finish off this
Please
drive
just run
with
it, man.
6
If you don't
points.
fucking run it, I'm going to fucking see if I can call a timeout. If I see an empty set, I guess for me it's going to be too
To
late,
throw
though.
is Young.
It's a nice job here defensively. Down here tight, it's easy to be so concerned about stopping the pass that you lose
Bryce,
sight
remember,
as the
you threw an
quarterback when he
interception
decides to become
in
a
the end
runner.
zone.
Not the case here. Picks up a little positive yardage, sets up 2nd and goal.
A 2nd down throw for Young. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
All right, now
Nice
what are you going to
example
do?
there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the
Please
ball,
run it.
understanding it didn't
Please
quite
run it.
develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of
The left
harm's
side
way,
right there.
live to play
God damn
another
it.
down.
Oh, he's not in, is
And
he?
he's
He's in.
into the end zone.
Oh.
That might be the knockout punch.
It's not the knockout punch,
Touchdown,
asshole.
Carolina.
They're gonna
Everything you
challenge
want to
this
do
time.
right
They're gonna
there,
review
Greg,
it.
in the fourth quarter, get the ball with the lead and extend it to a 2-score advantage.
Yeah, and I think this just might end up
Let's
being
see.
too
Oh,
much
I
to
think he barely
overcome. You
got
said
there.
it. Once you get a two-score lead this
Like
late
by
in
a
the fourth
millimeter.
quarter, there's just not enough possessions to be had to claw yourself back in it.
No problem there on the extra point. Panthers extend it to a 21-6 advantage. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. He fields it at the 8. And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line. The home team's offense ready to go as we give you a look at the current playoff race. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete.
It's now 2nd and 10.
Back to the air again on
Get
2nd
to him.
and 10.
Ooh.
A throw left side,
Ooh,
but
Hicks
it's
almost
incomplete.
had something there.
Well, we all know the running joke, right, Mike? If this guy could catch, he'd be playing offense. And, well, I think that's kind of a joke for the past. These defensive players are incredible these days. That's just too easy. You've got to secure that interception for your defense and get off the field.
And it'll be taken down, but it takes them across midfield down to the 40-yard line.
Everyone talks about all the physical qualities to play quarterback in the NFL, Mike, and of course that's a given, but it's really the cerebral approach to the game that separates the best from everybody else, and I think both of those things were on display there, as he did not only a great job of finding the vulnerabilities of the back end, but then once his guy was there, it was that arm talent that put the ball in the exact right spot to allow his guy to make the big play.
Yes.
The pressure gets there, and down he goes. A sack.
Well, that's certainly one way to bounce back here defensively after giving up a huge explosive play on the previous snap. To bounce back and come away with a sack. Now you find yourself in 2nd and long. You can catch your breath, and the opportunity to get off the field has just gone up.
That's the fucker that I signed just because I put Chuba on IR. Johnny Walker Jr., man. Make him cut your ass.
Still 2nd down.
Back to throw.
Get him there. Nice.
He'll be hit as he throws this time, and it's going to fall incomplete. And he might be fortunate just to avoid the sack, and it'll set up a 3rd down. He'll look to throw. That's to Robinson. He's got it.
Similar to a tight end, the slot receiver is often considered the safety blanket. He makes all the difficult catches, tends to be a little bit more around the line of scrimmage, and so far today, he's certainly lived up to that reputation.
Oh, shit. Got someone open.
That's taken in. And he's going to be out of bounds, but he will have enough to pick up a 1st down. They'll look to throw again. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
I'm going to do something.
Extend this play, and None of his guys could get open. You got to see someone separate, work with your quarterback, go into scramble second reaction mode, and it also gives some credit to the back end doing a nice job plastering with their assignment, and he had no choice but to throw it away.
They'll look to pick this up 3rd and a yard. A carry here for Tracy. He stopped at the 11, but that is enough. A first down picked up as they are getting close. And this is too far over the end line.
Uh-oh,
It's
if he's
incomplete.
out, that
After
move
that
I just
incomplete
made
pass, we have a player shaken up.
might do
The
something.
training staff going to look and will step out for a moment. A run here with Tracy on 2nd down. And he's bottled up after a gain of a yard. That's to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Okay, they're going to go for it here.
I
Let's
like the
not make
idea
it
of taking your shot there on 3rd down, pushing the ball downfield, looking for the touchdown. But now as it brings
Watch
up
Kennard
4th
Snyder
down,
do
you're
something
already
here.
this
Number
close.
6.
You're in field goal range.
Watch him
but
go
do you
against
keep that
71.
offense on the field and try to
Aw,
maintain
man, I wanted to
possession and
see
see
that
if you can
happen.
come away with 6.
Oh, damn.
Oh, the
Yes.
blitz gets there. He is sacked, and they will turn it over on downs.
What a play call.
So the offense finds themselves in a tough situation.
What a
They're
gutsy
down by
play
2
call.
scores late in this game. They know this is a prime opportunity. They need to play for a touchdown, and instead the defense makes a huge stand.
Okay, Madden
and they got a
Dave,
chance
can we
now
please run
to
the
close
ball
this
now?
game out.
The visitors' offense
You
and
should be
Bryce
in
Young set for their
Run the
next
clock
possession.
mode.
And we run you through the highlights here. It has been a very big performance from the quarterback position. Instrumental in leading and executing, and now trying to finish strong and take his team to the finish line. This drive starts at the 21. It's first
Just
and
run
10.
the ball. Just run the ball.
Here's Taylor. He'll gain 3 out of this, up to the 23.
No need to pass it.
2nd and 7.
Dave. You scared me, Madden Dave. See, you're running the clock. Good
Out
for
of
you.
the gun, here's a give to Taylor.
That's fine. Make him
And
use
he
your
is
timeout.
not going to get away. Might have gotten a yard, but it will set up 3rd down.
Run it again. We're up 15 points.
Slot man in motion left. They're going to go jet sweep on 3rd down.
It's okay.
Now a timeout. Giants, that is their 2nd.
Make them start again.
Special teams out
back
to the
there.
field, ready for this
Rookie
punt.
punter.
As they try
Boot
to
it.
play the field position game here, protecting a 4th quarter lead. Ooh. And he's going to be brought down after a short return. And that's where his team will get possession of the football.
All right.
The home team's offense
seal it
make
with
their
an
way
interception.
out to take over once more.
Or a
They need
sack.
to start making some inroads here. Down 2 scores as they begin this drive with 1st down. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
Now they face 3rd down and 7. They'll look to throw.
Bam.
Now
Ooh,
a loose
ooh.
football.
Ooh, that's the guy
He
that
gets it
I
right
just
back.
got. Look at that.
Brian Daboll displeased with that one.
What the hell
And
is
out comes the challenge flag.
Why
That
you
issue was the
recovered it?
knee
Oh, he's
or
down.
any other body part except the hand. Down before the ball comes loose. And are the visuals convincing enough to overturn the call on the field? So that challenge, a successful one. Now or never, they'll throw on 4th down. He's going to
Wow.
find his receiver. It's Robinson. And that's not going to work. The defense comes up with a 4th down, 4th quarter stand and forces a turnover on downs.
What?
They'll drop to throw. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
A great pass rush is like a closer in baseball. When you bring them into the game, it's all but over. And that's exactly the case here. It doesn't result necessarily in a sack, but it was the hit that altered the throw just enough to end that play before it started.
Oh, wow.
They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's
Their fans must not be very happy
So
right now.
defensively, there's always the initial pass coverage plan, and then when that breaks down and
Come
the
on,
quarterback
Snyder.
goes into scramble mode, how fast can you then move on to the second phase and what they call plaster, meaning find the nearest receiver and almost play him man-to-man, and it's exactly what they did here, and there was nowhere for the ball to go, and he's forced to just throw it away. This offense has to find a way to be better on first and second down, Mike. Living in these third and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
And that is incomplete. They had their chance. They took it there. Look, they're trailing late. You gotta let it
Going to
fly.
the championship.
This will wind up a turnover
NFC
on
championship.
downs. The visitors' offense ready for this next possession. As we look back at some of the highlights in this one, you'll see a lot of them, Greg, coming from the passing game. They've done a nice job picking the defense apart.
Yeah, and I think that's the right way to say it. It hasn't necessarily been just a bunch of deep shots, a bunch of explosives. It's been more methodical. It's been precise. They've really been all over their execution, and this is about as close to a complete performance as you're going to see from any offense throughout the course of this season.
He'll try to get back to the line, but it's not happening. Gonna lose a yard. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. That is a worrisome
take some
development
players out
here.
here. Oh, man, damn it. All right, we're going to have to wait the 23 seconds. Anytime I do that, it won't let me pick. I was just going to substitute out all my starters. No need to chance it. Probably should have done it already, but thankfully Taylor will be back. You know what? Here's what we do. All right.
Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. A carry now for Brooks. He is met and
Why did we
dropped.
call a
Good
timeout?
defense. Loss of a couple on that play. Now,
Oh my
following the
goodness.
run, one of
Seriously?
the offensive linemen leading the way is
The one
a
guy I
bit shaken
didn't
up.
sub
You've
on
got to
offensive
consider
line.
this an absolute must-stop defensively. It's third down. And he's going to go backwards again. They went to him twice in a row. The defense stops him twice in a row for loss. And now it's 4th down.
Oh, damn it. I should
Special
have put
teams on the
Kingston in.
field, ready for this
Forgot
punt.
about him.
As he'll come on to kick for the 5th time here tonight. This one angles out of bounds, and the mark comes inside the 15-yard line. The home team's offense ready to get back at it. They'll begin inside their own 15-yard line, so a lot of real estate to cover. It's 1st and 10. Right away, they'll set up to throw. There's that man again, another catch. Here's 2nd down and 3. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
This has really been the story of this entire game, Mike. I mean, this pass rush has had the advantage over the offense pretty much from the jump, and they've already recorded a couple of sacks, a handful of close calls, and it's the pressure in the backfield is why this team finds themselves with the lead here late in this ballgame. Can't exactly put my finger on it, but it just seems like this entire game, like this passing game and this quarterback specifically, they've just been off. And whether it's missing these big shots downfield like he did there or just simple underneath layups, there's just something about him today that doesn't look right. And I think it's a big part of the reason they find themselves trailing here in the 4th quarter.
The Panthers offense ready to take over possession of the football. They start with the lead and the football. They do so with tremendous.
All right, for something else to happen. God, I just totally spaced on that.
First and 10.
Assumed that was all we had. Damn it.
Victory formation here.
Hopefully it's just out for the
as
game.
he's down to a knee.
You don't even need to snap it, bro. All right, going to the NFC Championship. It's either at home against the Vikings or going to San Francisco to face the 49ers. The Christian McCaffrey, Brock Purdy 49ers.
So this one a win for the visiting Panthers.
Look at Daniel Jones
They
over
are
here looking
able
like
to
he
do
did
something that not easy to do. Get a win away from home in the playoffs. For their troubles, they've got a date next Sunday in the conference championship game. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. With that, we say good night from New Jersey.
320 yards total offense to their 259. We rushed for 153 yards to their 54. Only got 167 yards passing to their 205, but we didn't really need it. Bryce Young, had an interception. Could have looked better, but he has looked worse. There's Taylor, dude. 140 fucking yards, man. With a touchdown. Damn, we held them down, man. We're looking good on defense right now. Let's see, there is. Did we shut out Neighbors? Looks like we shut them out. Icky with 9 pancakes. Tell you, that was a good move, man, to move him to left guard. Brown gave up 2. Taylor gave up 1. Wyckoff gave up 1. McCollum did get burned on one play. Walker Jr. with a sack. Yeah, we only gave up. Oh wait, yeah, we gave up 2 sacks. Snyder, okay. Let's see how bad Robert Hunt's hurt. Hopefully not bad. Cross your fingers. Cross your fingers. Oh, fuck. Out for 4 fucking weeks. He's not gonna make it back to the Super Bowl, is he? Should we make it? Knock on wood. Uman Mielen's back next week, though. Damn it. Alright, well, we got Damian Lewis. What do you say we find out? Let's see who won. Alright, this is the furthest we've gotten in a long time. Of course, I'd rather play the Vikings rematch at home. Let's go. Oh, going to San Francisco. Vikings lose to the Niners, barely lose to the Niners. The number 1 versus number 3 seed on both sides. Ravens take care of the Bengals. Bills take care of the Chargers. We're in the NFC Championship, though. It wasn't looking good up until the bye week. It was not looking good. Bye week happened in week 14. Things changed for us. Let's take a quick look at the 49ers, who finished the number 1 seed, 12-5. Robert Hunt's out for 3 weeks, so that would be this week, Pro Bowl week, and the Super Bowl week. That's a tough break. Scorton's out this week, Pro Bowl week. We'll be back for the Super Bowl. Should we play? That would be a nice return. Taylor gets player of the week with 140 yards rushing, 3 receptions, 1 rushing TD. Alright, who's hurting on the Niners team? Their right guard's out, and some nobodies. And how's their depth chart looking? Brock Purdy, McCaffrey, and Love. Damn. Brandon Ayuk, Ricky Pearsall, who had a really good year last year. And that's kind of it for them. So if we could shut them down, we might be looking good. Of course, this guy's probably going to just rip us a new one. Tight ends always do. This guy has potential for us to get by him and him. Derek Brown probably should have a good day. Their offensive line is not good. Their edge rushers, not bad. With some, I guess, decent backups. Well, let's take a look at their D tackles real quick. I mean, I think so far we match up pretty well against them, except for the tight end. If we could continue our run game doing well. I mean, yeah, run game and run defense, except for Fred Warner. This guy's going to be hard to get by. Justin Simmons, so they have good safeties. Kicker's probably the worst kicker we've seen. Punter too, man. I don't know. I think we have a chance against these guys. All right, that'll do it until we play in the